A few years have passed since Alara and I have escaped the tyrannical rule of King Corvus. Under a sky heavy with clouds, the lone carriage wound its way through the twilight streets of the kingdom. Inside, hidden beneath layers of dark velvet, lay a coffin that held the tyrant who once ruled with an iron fist. As the horses pulled the heavy load towards the graveyard, the air grew tense, charged with whispers of the past and shadows of what was about to unfold.
Boy should never taken this job. Bad omens carrying the dead at dusk, let alone a king. Oh hell, damn wheel's jammed. It's going to take me a full day to fix this.
You look like you may need some help.
Who might you be?
Name's Thalrock Bloodseer.
Oh, okay. Are you going to help me with this wheel or not, Thalrock?
Maybe we can strike a deal. Is that King Corvus you're hauling?
Maybe it is. I don't talk about me cargo.
Then perhaps we don't exchange. Good day.
Wait. Alright. Yes, it's King Corvus.
Good. Doesn't he have a big funeral in a few hours?
Oh, he does. What's with all the questions? I told you I don't talk about me cargo. Now you going to help me with this wheel or not?
Fine. I'll help you with your wheel, but not with my hands.
Wait a minute, how did you...
Enough questions. You've done your part, and now I'll do mine. This will make my entrance much easier. A driver mourned by none, remembered by fewer. Now, to play my part at this grand farce of a funeral.
As the cloaked figure took the driver's seat, the true intentions hidden beneath his borrowed guise, the wheels of deceit rolled towards the kingdom. Under the guise of a common carriage driver, Thalrock Bloodseer was poised to unleash chaos at the funeral, threading his dark magic into the mourning tapestry of the realm. Unseen, unnoticed, he moved like a shadow toward his next act of treachery. The kingdom had never known a funeral quite like this. Nobles and commoners alike gathered in uneasy silence, some mourning, others merely watching, wary of what Corvus's death might mean for the realm. Draped in dark velvets, his coffin lay beneath the towering stone archways of the royal crypt, an air of forced reverence filling the courtyard. But even as the priests spoke their blessings, something felt wrong. Though the tyrant had fallen, the sheer weight of his rule still lingered. The people of Corvus's kingdom stood in restless anticipation, their eyes turning toward the high balcony where their newly crowned king was soon to address them. This was meant to be a moment of transition, an end to Corvus's reign and the promise of a new future. Yet, even as the new king prepared to speak, unease rippled through the masses. It wasn't grief that kept them quiet. It was fear. The mourning was for a tyrant, yet fear lingered in the faces of those who once obeyed his every word. The high priest stepped forward, his voice rising above the hush, ready to consecrate the fallen king's soul. But little did they know, within the crowd, among the grieving nobles and weary knights, lurked something far worse than the memory of a cruel ruler. Hidden beneath the guise of a humble carriage driver, Thalrock Bloodseer watched, waiting for the moment to enact his will.
Oh, yes, listen to the false prophets. Soon the real one will rise.
I don't like this. King Corvus was great. Who is this new guy going to be?
King Corvus was beyond great. He gave us our bread.
Ha! If by great you mean taking away rights to please his own, to hell with the king.
How dare you speak ill of the king?
Quiet down, please. Please, everyone, quiet down. Thank you. Now, as you all may know, we're gathered here on this day to mourn the loss of a great king, a great ruler. Behind me sits the coffin of a man that once was, a man that will forever be something great, a man whose strength shaped this kingdom, a man whose will alone guided us through the darkest of times. King Corvus was not just a ruler. He was the lifeblood of this realm, a beacon of power and unwavering dominion. Yet, as the sun must set, so too must the reign of even the greatest among us. The weight of his absence hangs heavy upon our hearts, and though his body rests within this coffin, his spirit lingers. His deeds, his sacrifices, his very legacy shall never be forgotten. But a kingdom cannot remain adrift in mourning. Leadership must endure. Strength must persist. And so, in the wake of our loss, it is time to look to the future, to turn our grief into resolve. It is with this in mind that I present to you the one who shall carry the crown forward, a man chosen to lead in Corvus's stead, a man who will uphold the foundation laid before him and guide us into a new era. People of the realm, I present to you King Elric. My people, today we do not mourn, but we honor. We honor the great King Corvus, a ruler who gave his life for this kingdom. And now, as he ascends to the heavens, we must look ahead to a future forged in his vision. By the power vested in me, and with the guidance of our beloved Corvus, I swear to uphold his legacy. No longer will we stand idly by as outsiders creep into our lands, stealing from our tables and our forges. No longer will we tolerate weakness among our ranks. We will build. We will arm our blacksmiths and warriors. We will fortify our borders and defenses. And we will ensure that our citizens, true citizens, prosper once more. Under my reign, you will see a kingdom of strength, not stagnation. A kingdom of warriors, not beggars. A kingdom that thrives. And so today we send one king to his eternal throne, and we rise anew. Long live the king!
Good. You're getting better and better each time we do this.
You're just holding back. When are we going to get to training you on the bows?
Holding back? What makes you say that? Oh, I told you, if you can take me down,
I'll have you train me instead. You've improved quite a bit since we quit training with wooden weapons.
Thanks. But what sane person uses live steel to train? You're really trusting of me, Tristan.
Of course. But any sane person doesn't live the lives we do.
Fair.
In a blur, Alara dashed forward, planting her foot on my shoulder, and launched herself overhead. Before I could react, I hit the dirt, flat on my back, where the twin daggers pointed at my face. Damn impressive.
Like I said, you're holding back. Don't do that.
What makes you think I was holding back?
I've never been able to do that to you before.
Did you ever think that maybe it was just your skills improving?
Oh, yes, and I'm sure us being lovers has nothing to do with it. Or has the big bad king betrayer lost his touch?
Alright, fine. But it looks like the rest of the training will have to hold off for now. We're going to have to make sure the crops don't get injured this time, and finish building the crop cover before it comes down.
I snagged more leather from the tailor while in town a few days ago. I'll meet you around back. Here you go. Damn. It doesn't look like we're going to have much time.
Yeah, storm's heading from the east this time, but higher winds.
Maybe if you spent more effort into hammering as you do swinging and collecting swords from your good pal Garrick, then you would be done by now.
Maybe if you didn't flip over my shoulders and knock me down, then I'd have the energy. I guess the weather is only fitting for the day, huh? Considering today is the official day we say goodbye to a tyrant.
There he is, the bastard himself.
Speaking of Garrick, I drove the last nail into the crop cover and turned to find my old friend sitting atop his black horse. His frame as solid as the iron he worked with. His long dark hair was pulled back into a tight bun, with a few loose strands just swaying in the wind. Piercing green eyes studied me with a familiar mix of amusement and scrutiny, his lips curling into a lopsided grin. But the most striking feature, one that always drew attention, was his left ear, or rather, what was left of it. Half gone, a jagged reminder of a past he rarely spoke of. I'd always assumed it was a birth defect, but Garrick once told me he lost it stealing from Corvus's domain, a mistake that nearly cost him more than an ear. I'd known Garrick long before Corvus's downfall, back when he was caught between survival and rebellion. He was one of the few brave enough to supply our militia in secret, forging weapons and armor of unmatched quality to ensure those who stood against tyranny were not left defenseless. His steel had saved lives, mine included, and despite his gruff demeanor, his loyalty was the one thing no coin could buy.
You going to stand there all day, or are you going to say something, King Betrayer?
Shut up and get down from that horse, you ugly bastard. With a chuckle, Garrick dismounted, his boots hitting the dirt with a solid thud. I stepped forward, gripping his forearm in the way warriors do, firm, strong, unyielding. He returned the gesture, then pulled me into a rough embrace, slapping my back with enough force to shake a lesser man. Bromance, as Alara liked to call it, though she'd never admit to finding our friendship amusing. As we pulled apart, Garrick's gaze shifted to Alara, his smirk deepening.
Have you two wedlocked yet? You look as beautiful as ever, Miss Ashwood.
Thanks, Garrick. But no, marriage isn't really on the table these days. So, what brings you all the way out here?
I figured someone like you would be at Corvus's funeral.
The best place that asshole can be is rotting in the ground. Wanted to see if you want to come check out my new blades. Forged a couple of them this morning.
So you came all this way to steal my man from me?
If that's okay with you. Got a new set of daggers and bows forged too.
You're welcome to come with me if you'd like.
I will never understand your fascination with collecting so many swords. But if you must go, our training and work is done. Do you think you'll be there before the storm hits?
Only if this grandpa hurries up and saddles up.
Oh, hear that? Sounds like he's challenging you to a steed race to his forge.
That I am. So, what do you say, old friend? Think you can handle it?
Sounds like you better take off fast as steed, Tristan.
I'm always game to race you, Garrick.
If you win, Tristan, you get one of his bows for free.
Wait, what?
Figures he'd cheat. Remember what I said.
For my lady's weaponry! There's an unspoken rule among warriors. Honor your allies, fight with integrity, and never let your guard down. But when it comes to racing, even my closest friends try to cheat. And even then, they don't prosper.
Enjoy it while it lasts, you horse-thieving bastard! I'll be right on your tail!
On my tail, you look more like a blacksmith getting left in the dust. With the forge finally in sight, the outcome was clear. Even with his little head start, Garrick had no chance. And the best part, the man knew it.
Damn it all, you and your cursed luck, Tristan.
Slow as ever, old friend. Now, about those weapons. My lady's bow and daggers, and I suppose a cheap sword for myself, since I can't expect you to just hand over quality steel for free.
Cheap sword? Ha! Just for that, I'm going to upcharge you in gold coins.
I know. So, you admit you lost.
Yeah, don't get used to it. You've got to see these blades. Come on.
Not far from Garrick's village in the kingdom, something evil rides with intention of its own.
Oh, yes. What perfect weather to make good use of the magic. Once a ruler, always a ruler. It's beyond time to rise. Rise by my command and by the powers in me from other voids. It's time to rise, Corvus. Come back to us. Come back and claim what's rightfully yours. Morduin on Quaescant, sed renascantur. Rise. That's right. Rise. That's right. The one and only true king has risen. Speak, king, and let us know what your wise words are. Who dare disturb my slumber? No, king. Please, king. Let me explain. Then explain. Speak your tongue, before I take it from your head. My lord, it was I that resurrected you. I reached into the dark powers of the unknown to bring you back to life. Continue, and give me more of a reason, or I'll take your head. No, please, my lord, grant me a few more minutes, and I can explain. Then explain. Speak your tongue, before I take it from your head. I only did what is best for the kingdom, my lord. I couldn't bear to see it under someone else's rule. They're already trying to use your policies for the greater good. Or so they call it. But it's nothing like that. The greater good? I had the best kingdom when I was alive. Until that king betrayer and whore betrayed me. What is this greater good you speak of? I don't know. But I can show you, King Alaric. King who? Speak not the name of that crown-wearing fraud in my presence. Please, my lord, let me finish. Speak. Don't you dare speak of me of the impostor on the crown. I am the one and only king, and I forever will be. Please, my lord, don't kill the messenger. I am the one who brought you back to life. Allow me to take you to the castle and show you. You can show me this fraud that wears my crown. I can. Please, my lord. He resides in your castle. My castle? He dares enter my walls. Yes. Now, my lord, we can't just go into the castle without a plan. We need to get you back, so you can reclaim what is rightfully yours. Do you remember anything? I remember enough. What is your name, sorcerer? Please, my lord. My name is Thalrock Bloodseer. You do not have to serve me because I brought you back. Your will is your own. Good, because I wasn't going to anyways. However, I will keep you around for the time being. Your presence could be of use to me. We need to make a pit stop, it appears, before we head back to my castle. It would appear I have a craving.
Garrick, my friend, these two right here are my favorite. I'll take those daggers too, and my bow. So what's the damage going to be?
Ha! I knew you'd like these, just like I said.
Garrick turned, grabbed 2 wooden mugs, and set them on the table before popping open a bottle of ale and pouring it evenly between them. Ale. Again? You know, Garrick, one day your hospitality might surprise me with something that's actually drinkable.
You're lucky you're my favorite customer, Tristan. Anyone else insulting my ale would end up testing the sharpness of my newest sword.
I'm just glad your swords aren't as stale as your ale.
Keep talking like that, and your next sword will be wooden. Come sit and have a drink, and we'll discuss price. Looks like the storm has taken a toll for the worst. Ilora going to worry?
Probably so. I should get back sooner rather than later. Plus, I don't want the guards catching me within city limits. The last meeting we had didn't end so well.
Yeah. You don't happen to know anything about this new king, do you?
Garrick, It seems like your ale somehow manages to get worse and worse.
I know, I'm being serious. This new king, you think he could be trouble?
I don't know, Garrick. Corvus was a tyrant that is no longer with us. Let us hope Alaric doesn't follow into his footsteps.
Indeed. But what if I give you a deal? What if I can get you to sneak into the castle and give you the armor and this weaponry for free?
Oh, Garrick, what are you on about?
You wouldn't have to do anything but get in there and scout.
I don't think so, Garrick. Give me another price.
This is the price. No scouting, no weaponry.
You're serious?
I am. Think about it. What if we find out he's up to wrongdoing? We could easily tell the scribes, have the people remove him.
Garrick, it's never that simple. Besides, you're suggesting I risk everything I have. My peace, Alara's safety, all for your hunch?
Tristan, you know better than anyone what happens when power corrupts. All I ask is you take a quick look, nothing more. You're the only one who can sneak in unnoticed. If I'm wrong, I'll forge your blades and bows for free until my last breath.
I swore I'd never return to that place, Garrick. My days of sneaking through shadows and blades in the dark ended with Corvus.
And yet the shadows linger. Look around you. Storms brewing, whispers among the people, unrest. It's not just the weather, my friend. Something's off. We need to be certain. And like I said, even if you do this for me, I will give you the steel and armor and bows.
I leaned back in the chair, studying Garrick carefully. His eyes, typically bright with humor, now held a weight I hadn't seen in years. Garrick Alden, a man I trusted beyond doubt, a man who had crafted countless blades for those who dared stand against tyranny, looked worn, lines of worry creasing deeper into his rugged face. Half of his left ear, a harsh reminder of past defiances against Corvus's reign, seemed more prominent now, starkly outlined by the dim lantern light flickering in his forge. His broad shoulders were hunched slightly, burdened by concerns heavier than the iron he shaped daily. I understood his hesitation, yet I knew he wouldn't ask lightly. Garrick had risked his life countless times for our cause. His missing ear was testament enough. This was more than idle suspicion. This was a deep-seated fear for the kingdom he loved. If there was even the slightest chance King Ulrich was repeating Corvus's mistakes, we needed to know. I finished the bitter ale, setting the mug firmly back onto the table. Garrick's offer was tempting. High-quality steel, armor, and bows were invaluable, especially now. But it wasn't just about weaponry. It was about trust, honor, and the unspoken bond forged through shared hardship and bloodshed. Fine, Garrick. I'll scout the castle, but you're coming with me. Be sure to wait until the clouds pass over the moon in this storm's hazy sky. I should be out of the castle before then, and we're taking your carriage, which means you're the one driving. That's my only stipulation, all right?
All right. That shouldn't be too hard. Give me 10 minutes and meet me out back.
Taking his bottle of ale with him, Garrick made his way out the back of his forge. What am I doing here? I promised myself I'd never do this again. So why now? Why here? Garrick was right about one thing. Ever since Corvus's death, some things felt off. But was it off enough to bring me back to the very castle that nearly killed me? And this new king, I haven't heard a word about him. Maybe that's what scares me the most. Corvus ruled with chaos, and he didn't hide it. But this one's different. Quiet. Calculated. And somehow, he's already got Garrick spooked. Once enough time had passed, I made my way out back to meet up with Garrick.
We shouldn't need anything. Everything you need should be in the carriage. I'll take you around back of the castle and wait for you.
Are you sure that will be the best entry point?
Probably so. It'll be about the hour King Alaric signed scrolls for laws. Make your way through the basement. Try not to get caught. See if you can hear any whispers about any wrongdoings. Don't get caught, and don't kill anyone. In the carriage, I've given you more supplies. If you don't come back, I'll take real good care of Miss Ashwood for you.
You no good horny bastard! Is that what this is about?
I'm kidding! Just get in the carriage, Tristan, and I'll have you at the castle in no time. Don't get hurt. I actually don't want to tell your lady something terrible happened to you. Plus, I've grown somewhat fond of you taking my new steel and armor. Almost like a test runner.
A test runner? So not a friend, huh?
Just get in the cart.
Just as Garrick mentioned, my equipment awaited me in the carriage. Dark, sleek leather armor instead of heavy plate. It would offer less protection, but much better mobility and stealth. Exactly what I needed tonight. I picked up the hooded cloak, noting the design. Garrick knew exactly what he was doing. The deep hood would easily hide my identity, masking my face in shadows. Even he understood the risks of entering the castle unseen. My fingers traced along the finely stitched seams, admiring the craftsmanship. I slid the hood over my head, casting my features into anonymity. Garrick always did have an eye for detail. Beside me rested my swords, ready for use. Though I hoped it wouldn't come to that. I leaned back, feeling the carriage lurch forward, carrying me toward uncertainty once more.
Seer, are we almost at the castle? I demand you to halt. What is it, my lord? How much longer till we get to the castle? Shouldn't be much longer now, my lord. We are en route. No. My lord, please stay in the carriage if the townfolk see you this way.
I told you, sir. I must feast. My hunger grows.
Yes. I know exactly where we are. Before I was king, I used to ride this path. Perfect.
What's perfect, my lord?
You,
My lord, if I may.
make it quick.
You can't summon random citizens. You don't look the same as you did before. What's your plan, my lord?
My plan is to get some food.
You think that peasant that just walked by has food? You need food meant for a king, not what...
Thalrock, don't you dare question me. If you have any respect at all for me, fetch me that peasant.
My lord.
Don't just stand there looking stupid. Go!
No. Right away, my lord.
It's so hard to find good help these days. Even after death. Pathetic.
Maybe I expected too much out of him. Doubting me with this nonsense. This place, my kingdom. I've come back to you, and I'm going to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
My lord, I have returned, and I brought the peasant.
Hey, You said the king was in this carriage and wanted to talk to me. Well, where is he?
Do I really need an introduction? Or have I been gone that long that you have forgotten my face?
King Corvus? How? You died?
Odd. I don't feel dead. Thalrock, do I look dead to you?
Oh no, my lord. Very much alive.
No. This isn't right. Something is wrong here.
Now where do you think you're going? It's rude to show such disrespect to your king.
You're not the king. You look nothing like King Corvus. Let me go, you old fool. I don't know what type of trick this is, but once King Alaric finds out, he's going to hold you to accountable and...
You will keep that impostor that wears my crown out of your mouth.
Show him who the real king is, my lord.
After tonight, you won't just see that I'm the real ruler of this kingdom. You will see that I'm the ruler of this realm.
You're crazy.
The Rock.
Kongela. Here you go, my lord. Sorry about that. His legs are frozen, and I delivered him to you. Getting real tired of chasing you. Now you aren't going anywhere.
I suppose. There's one thing we didn't tell you. When I mentioned earlier about seeing me as the real ruler, it will be through me, through my eyes. And I suppose the time has come to quit toying with you. You see, I'll start with this leg. Seems how you try to run.
Someone, please help me.
Nah, you see I'm hungry, and I've been away from the kingdom for too long. One leg isn't going to satisfy my hunger. And last but not least, straight down the middle.
And now my first meal.
Yes, feast, my king. Regain your strength through the lives you take and gain more power. My lord, you...
I what? I feel amazing. That's what.
You look more human than you ever did.
It would appear that I have grown stronger too. Well then, Thalrock, shall we continue on to my castle? I think it's time to pay this impostor that wears the crown a visit.
Yes, my lord.
We're here, Tristan.
Here it is. The castle that nearly took my life more than once a few months back. This time a new king, a new ruler, a place I promised myself I wouldn't return to. Well, it would appear like King Auric hasn't changed the way to breach inside his castle.
Doubt he knows.
Let's hope this is the last time I see the inside of this place. Seems like every time I'm here, something goes wrong.
You'll be okay. Remember what I said. Top floor, unnoticed. In and out in no time. We just need to make sure that King Alaric isn't up to some shady stripping of rights. Corvus would just say it and do it. Alaric is a different game.
Alright, in and out, and you get to supply me with good weapons and armor for as long as I bloody want.
Get in there, you bastard.
Remember what I said, Garrick. Don't leave this spot, and keep checking the sky for the time. I should be back no sooner.
My word is my honor.
As I made my way to the inside of the castle, Garrick's words echoed through my mind. In and out. Should be simple. I entered, letting the soothing sound of the passage beneath where the prisons were before overtake me. Even with the comfort of not being out in the storm anymore, something didn't seem right. It seemed heavy. A sense of dread set in. Or was that just my anxiety, kicking in from being in one of these cells just a few months back? I approached the cell where I'd once laid awaiting my trial from Corvus. The memory still fresh like an opened wound. You may be gone, Corvus, but you've left a stain I can't forget on me. Not just on my mind, but on my body as well. Let's hope we never meet again, and that wherever you are, your very soul experiences levels of sorrow and torment, that which far exceeds what the people of your kingdom suffered whilst you were alive. I ascended the stairs from the cells, which I thought odd was empty. King Ulrich had either moved the prisoners Corvus kept down here, or something far worse has happened to them. Knowing that King Ulrich was about to sign scrolls this hour in the court chambers, I made my way to the top floor, bypassing any guards on patrol.
Lucan!
Ah, damn it! Heart pounding, I slipped into a dimly lit hallway, barely illuminated by a single hanging torch. Pressing my back against the cold stone wall, I cautiously peeked out, one hand gripping the hilt of my blade, ready for anything.
What is it, Sergeant?
You hear about the main gates?
Aye, I just alerted some others to head that way too.
I want you to head down there too, just in case whatever's going on is trouble. Give them full support.
Right away, Sergeant!
Main gates?
Hey! Get a look at this! What is it? Carriage, out on the main road, but no escort. And it's moving too damn slow. Might be a lost traveller. Lost traveller, my ass. I'm lighting my torch to signal for caution. The driver's not holding a lantern and coming straight for the castle. You there, carriage driver. Visiting hours for the king is over, and you need to identify yourself. Oi! Are you deaf? Or are you dumb? Identify yourself now, driver. We have a dozen archers aimed, waiting to...
The dead do not wait for permission, nor do kings beg for their crowns. Lay down your arms, kneel before the true sovereign, or be swallowed by the abyss he brings.
You dare threaten us? Do you know we are of the high-ranking army of King Alaric? I'm sending a dozen armed guards down there to surround your carriage now. You can either leave, or we'll make you leave.
I don't think you understand, Captain. You've already lost.
Get down from your carriage, or we'll shoot you down. I'm warning you.
A dozen? That's it. I expected way more.
King Corvus? No. That is not King Corvus. Corvus is dead and gone. Get ready to open fire. But he looks like King Corvus. No, that's an imposter. That's not King Corvus. Any last words, imposter?
In fact, I do. Just 2.
Speak before we end you.
Orbis mortis.
Huh? Fire! No! Hold the line! Keep firing! What type of sorcery is this?
Oh, yes. That's right, my king. Show them the real power of a true ruler. Use your magic to walk right through the gate.
Shoot the red glowing orb, and the old man behind it. Intruders have breached the main gates.
Where is the one you call a king?
He's trying to get the king ordered. Stop him.
You can try. This is all the fight you all have? I'm ashamed to have once called you my royal military. Pathetic.
My lord, not to stop your rage, but it would seem as though the impostor is in the court chambers atop the castle.
The court chambers, huh?
My lord, do you remember what the court chambers look like?
I do.
Good. Now, hold on to me. Vortex Umbre.
The portal.
Yes, my lord.
I knew keeping you around was a good idea.
What the hell's going on? Ever since that guard sent someone out, this whole floor's been in a panic. I haven't been able to move. He said something about the main gates. But they couldn't have caught Garrick. We're behind the castle. 4 doors to go. And honestly, I don't even know if I can make it that far with the guards in full alert. Garrick was right. Something's definitely wrong. Keeping my head low, I moved with the flow of the guards, blending in and matching their pace. The very corners of the castle were my friend at the moment. Thank you, Garrick, for making this leather armor black. Using the parts of the castle the torch didn't lie to my advantage, I advanced forward.
You there, which way you heading?
Shit.
You aren't in armor. You aren't part of the royal military. How'd you get in here?
I raised my hands over my head, not turning around to meet his gaze. Take it easy. I don't want any trouble.
Hang on a minute. Turn around and face me. I've heard that voice before.
I did as ordered and turned to face him, keeping most of my face hidden beneath the hood.
Nah, hood too. I wanna see your face.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Sorry about this, old friend, but I got to get to the court chambers. Until I figure out what's going on here, you'll have to stay put. Upon entering into the court's chambers, it was barely lit by some torchlight. Not the way it was before last time I was here. Sounds like King Ulrich had company. I stayed hidden in the shadows, peeking my head around the corner to see King Ulrich fighting someone with an older-looking man behind him.
You dare claim my throne, only a day after I'm gone.
Stop acting like him! I don't know what type of sorcery this is, but you are not him!
You dare speak ill of me! And that's just one. Plenty more where that came from.
Focusing in on the fight, I saw King Ulrich drop his sword, losing an arm.
You were supposed to be dead!
Yeah, everyone keeps telling me that. But here I am. I have risen. I have come back to take what is mine. Long live the second reign of King Corvus. Oh, yes, my lord. Yes.
My eyes widen in shock as King Corvus, who was supposed to be dead and gone, raised King Ulrich's head up in the air. No. Corvus, it can't be. It can't be. I darted down the castle stairs, weaving past the panicked guards rushing toward the main gate. Keeping my head low, I pushed forward, slipping through the chaos unnoticed. My only way out was the cellar, just like before. Through the crack in the stone wall, I slipped into the night, the cold air hitting me like a blade. And there he was, Garrick, waiting just as planned. As I approached, he swung down from his horse to meet me.
There you are. I was getting worried.
No time! We need to move!
What did you see, Tristan? Is Alaric up to no good? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I need to get back to my horse. I'll take those weapons and armor you promised. But we need to move now!
Tristan, you look like you just saw a ghost. Tell me, what did you see?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you. We need to go now!
Tristan, what is going on? Just tell me what you saw.
Not here. Not now. Just move!
Maybe the storm played tricks on my eyes. Maybe I was too deep into the shadows. But no. I know what I saw. I saw King Corvus. The same man I beheaded with my own blade. I saw him standing there, whole, powerful, alive. And if he's back, somehow, through whatever dark magic brought him, he won't stop with Ulrich. He'll take back the entire kingdom, and he'll come for us. I have to get back to Alara. We got to pack our things and leave. If what I saw was true, and my eyes didn't deceive me, and they didn't, then we should fall back and plan.
All right, we made it back.
I exited the carriage, making my way into Garrick's forge. Grabbing my things he promised me.
Not so fast! Where the hell do you think you're going?
Damn my need for having curious friends. He just couldn't leave me well enough alone, could he? I suppose if I was in his position, I'd want to know too. Back to my house. I did what you asked of me, Garrick. I'm taking my lady's things, and the things you promised me.
Is Alaric up to no good? Is that why you look like you've seen a ghost?
A little hard to be up to no good when you're dead.
What? The new king is dead?
He is. I watched him get beheaded.
By who?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you, Garrick. Now, will you please let me go back to Alara? I highly recommend you forge more armor and swords. You may need it sooner rather than later.
We're friends, Tristan. Tell me who the hell killed the new king?
Garrick, you really think you can handle that truth?
I do! Now tell me, damn it!
It was King Corvus.
I know you're joking because he's dead. Now seriously, who murdered the king? By the gods. I should have known something was wrong when you came out of the castle looking pale white. What sorcery is this?
I don't know what kind of magic this is, Garrick. But I know what I saw. Corvus isn't just alive. He's stronger. I watched him butcher Alric like a man cutting down wheat. He barely broke a sweat. And it would appear he has some allies with him.
That's impossible. He was dead, Tristan. You saw him fall. You cut him down.
And yet, I saw him, Garrick, standing over Alric's corpse, holding his severed head like a fucking trophy.
Damn it all.
Garrick, listen to me. This isn't just about me, or Ulrich, or Corvus taking back his throne. This is going to turn into something much worse.
War.
Yes, and we aren't ready for it. Alara and I need to leave tonight. If Corvus remembers me, if he realizes I'm still alive, he'll come for me. And if he learns Alara's with me, she's as good as dead too.
Then you won't be the only ones preparing. I'll reforge the old blades myself. If this is real, I'm not sitting around waiting to die.
Then we don't have much time, old friend. I'll be back once I get Alara safe. Whatever magic brought Corvus back, it didn't bring him alone. I could feel it, Garrick. The air in that castle, it was wrong. And the man behind him, cheering him on as he held up Alaric's head, like some sort of prize.
He is the ally you mentioned earlier. Dark magic. Old magic. Written in prophecy.
I don't much believe in prophecy or magic. But I know what my eyes perceived. And it's about to get worse. I'm going home to get Alara, and I'll be back. We'll gather what we can, and come back here to stay for the night.
Watch yourself, Tristan. If Corvus is alive, then the world we knew just ended tonight.
It feels good to be back, Thalrock.
I got to say, you holding up Alaric's head and placing it on the side of the throne is a nice touch. What shall be your first order as the returning king?
Vengeance.
My lord.
Not just for my death, Thalrock, but for what they did after. They tore down everything I built, handed the kingdom to a coward, and let parasites feast on my legacy. No more.
Ah, my king, vengeance is the most fitting degree. Tell me, who shall feel your wrath first? And what shall we tell the kingdom about you being back after your death?
My death? I never died, Thalrock. Alaric was a traitor that painted me in the light of being dead, and then the nobles who swore loyalty, then bent the knee to a false king. The lords who whispered behind closed doors. The men who called themselves my allies but celebrated my death. And the one who took my head.
Ah, Tristan Grimwald.
He thought he ended me. Thought he could erase my name, my rule. But I have returned, stronger than ever. And now, he will know what it is to face true death.
Then say the word, my king, and I will send a rider for him.
Yes, summon any minion you have and hunt him and his whore out there like the filth they are. I want to make sure they both taste my rage from my steel. But make sure they don't kill them. Bring them back to me. It's only fitting I be the one to do it.
And what of the city, my king? The people, the nobles?
They were lied to, made to believe in a false peace. They think they're safe under the rule of cowards. But safety is an illusion, Thalrock. Weak rulers breed chaos. When I sat on this throne, the kingdom was strong, respected, feared. And now they tremble in their homes, waiting to see who will come for them next. I shall give them an answer. I have come back to finish what I started, to cleanse the filth, to purge the traitors, to make this kingdom great again.
Your people will flock to you once they see the power you wield, my king.
Oh, they will. They always do. Fear has a way of correcting loyalty.
I'll gather the remaining troops here, my king. Then we'll let the Revenant Horned Reaper ride.
The storm mirrors my thoughts. Wild, chaotic, impossible to control. I never believed in prophecy, never put my faith in omens or old magic. But what I saw tonight, it wasn't a trick of the shadows. It wasn't a fever dream. King Corvus is alive. And worse, if he remembers, the man I killed, the tyrant I beheaded with my own hands, now sits once more upon his throne, hungering for vengeance. If he remembers me and Alara, we are at the top of his list. Every fiber of my existence screams to keep riding, to never look back, to take Alara and disappear beyond the borders, beyond the reach of his wrath. But I know better. There is no running from a man who has already escaped death. Corvus won't stop at me. He won't stop at Alara. He won't stop at Garrick or the nobles who betrayed him. He'll burn everything. Turn the kingdom into a graveyard, if that's what it takes to remind them who he is. And the worst part? The people will let him. He'll take the little bit of rights away from them. Take any blacksmiths anyone knows and throw them in the cellar, or use them to his advantage. Out of fear, the people will let him. No one will stand up. Alric tried, but he's gone now. And what of that man that was standing behind Corvus, praising him on like some sort of sick cult follower? I just need to get what we need and make it back to Garrick. It's not safe anywhere. Whoa! Easy! I pulled back on the reins,
guiding my horse into a steady trot before leading him toward the hitching post to tie him down. Making my way back into the cabin to meet up with Alara.
Tristan, you're home. I was starting to worry. The storm is getting bad. I see you've got some new equipment. And bows too, huh?
The storm isn't the only thing we need to worry about. Alara, do you remember where we left the saddlebags? We need to head back to Garrick's.
They're in the cupboard, over by the bedroom. And Garrick's. Tristan, you're acting weird. What's going on? We can't go back to town in this storm.
I already got weapons Garrick gave us. Grab some clothes and things you need. We need to leave. I know the storm is bad, but we have to go.
By leave, you mean not coming back? What's going on? You're worrying me.
I'll explain the best I can, but you need to believe me and not think I'm crazy, okay?
Did you lose another bet to Garrick? Is that what this is about? Do you have to give up one of your swords?
I wish it was something that simple, but alas. Please, Alara, please sit.
Okay, I'm sitting. What's going on?
When I got to Garrick's forge, he gave me the weapons, but also gave me a wager. I took him up on that.
Damn it, I knew it! Garrick did give you a wager. So why are you so panicked? You must have lost something serious.
No. Alara, please let me finish. This isn't about a sword or a senseless wager. Though I wish it was. This is something much worse.
Tristan, honey, you're worrying me. What's going on?
Garrick's wager was to go to the castle and...
What? I thought we were done with that place.
I did too, but Garrick thought Alric was up to no good. He offered me the friend's discount for doing this favor for him. After some consideration, I took him up on it.
And?
And I saw him.
Him? King Ulrich?
No. Something much worse. I put a hand out in front of Alara, keeping her down in the chair. Don't get that. Stay here.
Oh, to hell with that. Get me my bow. I'm not going to sit here and put up with whatever this is. Whatever happened in that castle has you spooked. But please, for the love of gods, tell me that's Garrick that's followed you and is at the door.
I wish. I really do. But no. I saw Corvus, and it would appear he's already sent someone out to find us.
What? That's not possible. He's dead and buried. I was there in the court chambers to see you chop his head off. Remember?
I know. That's what I thought as well. But I saw him holding Oric's head up in the air like a trophy and...
So if that's not Garrick, then who is it?
Afraid not, my love. Whoever or whatever is here has found us, and the worst part of all about it is... Corvus has ritualistic dark magic on his side this time. Grab what you can. We can exit through the back and ride to Garrick's. It's important we stay together during this dark time.
Well, I know you're serious. We don't draw weapons in this house. You even made that rule. What are you doing?
Come on, hurry. I'm trying to buy us some time as you gather the things you need. The storm is bad! I'm in need of help! I peeked out the window, trying to see if anyone was out there, but the storm was too fierce. Sheets of rain blurred everything beyond a few feet. I moved closer to close the shutters, but before I could, a chilling voice cut through the stormy night air.
Are you the one referred to as Grimwald?
Did you hear that too?
Yeah, I did. But who hell is he? And how is he inside of our heads?
Whoever this thing is, it's after me. I think it's one of those dark magic allies I saw with Corvus.
Tristan! There. Look.
I turned toward Alara, her face pale, her eyes locked onto something beyond the glass. She wasn't moving, barely even breathing. My gut twisted. I'd never seen that kind of fear in her before. I followed her gaze. The storm blurred my vision, the rain falling in thick, slanted sheets. But there, just beyond the tree line, standing motionless amidst the chaos, was a figure. Black armor, jagged and unnatural, as if it had been forged in some cursed fire, hammered into existence by hands that had long since rotted away. It was broad, towering, standing as still as the dead. It didn't shift with the wind, didn't flinch against the storm. It simply watched. A cape hung from its back, snapping and thrashing with the wind, yet the thing beneath it did not move. It only stared. Through the slits of its horned helm burned two unnatural glowing red eyes, piercing through the storm like twin embers of hellfire. They did not flicker. They did not waver. They locked onto us and never looked away. My eyes drifted lower. I thought at first that the glow from its eyes was reflecting off the armor, but then I realized, no, it was something inside the armor. A pulsing crimson light. A single glowing red orb embedded in the chest plate, beating like a heart. But no warmth came from it. No life. Only a cold, suffocating malice. The horse, pale as a corpse, its flesh flickering between rotted decay and exposed bone, as though it couldn't decide whether it was truly in this world or the next. Its hooves hovered just above the ground, yet left no trace of its path. It stood like its rider, perfectly still, unbothered by the rain, watching, waiting. Lightning flashed, illuminating the ghastly figure in full for a split second. And in that moment, my stomach twisted into knots. This was no ordinary soldier, no mere assassin sent to silence us, no man. This was something worse.
What is that thing?
I don't know, but hurry and grab your things. I am he! I am Tristan Grimwald.
Tristan Grimwald. You have been summoned by King Corvus. I, Drathus, have come to bring you to him. With your whore, Alara, you have been sentenced to public execution.
It's true. He is alive.
No, I don't think so. We aren't going anywhere. Tell Corvus if he wants us so bad, he has to come and get us himself. I will gladly face him one-on-one.
Tristan, I'm ready. Let's get to the horses.
Let's move quietly. I'll try and keep him distracted.
Okay.
Public execution, huh? And what if we don't decide to go with you? Your false king was slayed a few months back. So, unless we see something tangible from the real King Ulrich, we don't have to do anything.
You think yourself worthy of an audience? You are but a stain upon his throne. A mistake left unfinished.
Unfinished mistake, huh? As if I haven't heard that about 1 billion times in my life.
Yes. And if you don't surrender, then I will drag your broken bodies to him myself.
Alara, now! Go! Drathis dashed through the side of our cabin, meeting up with Alara and I. He took a swipe at me, cutting some of my hair in the process. I raised my steel, blocking his next attack. My blood boiled as I turned to see the back of my cabin, now torn open with a gaping hole. We stood in my garden where Alara and I had tried to grow crops for a few months now, all withered, washed away, and stomped on from Drathis' armored boots.
You can't run from the inevitable.
Watch me! Alara, now! Alara fired an arrow that made impact through Drathis' armor, causing him to fall to the ground. To me, Silva! To me!
The arrow made contact through his shoulder. He'll be coming.
Yeah, I didn't think that would keep him down for too long. We need to move! He's coming! We have to get to Garrick's!
A little hard to do with this thing following us.
Yeah, keep moving forward. I have an idea. Here! I circled my horse back around, meeting back up with Drathis, taking a swipe at the top of his head. But in the split second he ducked, causing my blade to bounce off the horn of his helm.
Pathetic. Not a bad plan. No wonder why the king wants you dead. I would gladly do the honors and give your broken body to him.
You come into our property and demand us to turn ourselves over to a dead king. Then you leave a hole in the cabin Alara and I built. Go back to your fallen king and tell him to rot in hell.
Useless peasant.
Whoa!
More Sephidium!
I yanked the reins, turning my horse, but before I could move, the darkness itself seemed to split apart. 3 burning red orbs flickered into existence, hovering in the storm, ever watchful, taking shape. More riders, identical, clad in the same jagged black armor. Their glowing eyes locked onto me like predators stalking prey. They didn't hesitate. In perfect unison, they spurred their cursed mounts forward, silent, relentless, hunting me like a shadow that had come alive. I rode in front of the things, meeting back up with Alara. What the hell is that?
Some sort of dark magic. Any ideas?
Dealing with 1 was enough, but 4?
Tristan, they're coming. What do we do?
My mind raced, trying to come up with a plan. But there was only one choice. We had to stay and fight. If he made it back to town, he could destroy everything. This had to end here, just a few miles from our land. We have to fight! Kill every one of them!
We're going in blind? We don't even know if this thing can die.
We have to try! Use everything we have! I charged back at the creatures, swinging for one of their heads. But it blocked the strike, knocking my blade clean from my hand. Just like I thought. I leapt from my horse, landing hard on the back of the creature's mount. Before it could even react, I drew my smaller blade and drove it up beneath its helm. The thing vanished on contact, swallowed by the storm like it was never there. I tumbled to the ground, the mud slamming into my side. Gritching my teeth, I rolled through it, snatched up my main blade, and scrambled back onto my horse. No time to breathe, no time to bleed. Just fight. Alara, focus your shots. The decoys vanish with 1 hit. Horse and all. Aim for them and thin the numbers.
Got it. but they're a little hard to hit while moving.
Before I could spin my horse around to go after another one, I got forced off by one of them jumping onto me. I hit the ground hard.
Shit! Tristan!
I grabbed my blade, stopping a sword from coming down onto my head, swiping its legs from underneath it. As the thing landed onto the ground, 3 arrows from Alara made contact, causing this one to disappear. I got back up, twirling my blade, blocking one of the Drathis from hitting me in the head. My love, there's only 2 left!
Your fate was sealed the moment I was sent. Fighting is useless.
Why don't you get off your horse and face me like a real man? Alara rode up beside me, leapt off her horse, and pressed her back to mine. She knocked an arrow, bow raised, ready to fire. Just us now! Come and get us!
As you wish. You know, I'm not allowed to kill you. That's Corvus's job, not mine. What seems how you're making this harder than it should be. A couple of limbs will do. Your pathetic weaponry and arrows are no match for my magic.
Drathis swept his hand through the air, and a blast of dark force hurled Alara and I into the trees. My sword slammed into the mud. I scrambled to reach it, but he was already there, towering over me, blade pressed to my throat.
Don't even think about it, Grimwald.
You said yourself, you can't kill me. So what you going to do if I do reach for my blade?
You want to take those odds?
No, but I will.
Alara fired another arrow, but Drathis spun and struck it mid-air, somehow deflecting it back toward her. It barely missed, slicing her arm and leaving an open wound. You bastard! I charged and tackled Drathis to the ground, slamming my fists into his face over and over, my knuckles splitting open against his armor. He threw me off with a violent shove, and I crashed into Alara, both of us landing in a muddy puddle. Alara, love, you okay?
I think so. The arrow barely missed my arm.
I pulled Alara to her feet, mud clinging to both of us. She steadied herself fast. Drathis marched toward us, blade in hand, ready for more.
Well, this has been fun. But I think it's time to put an end to this. Corvus and Thalrock are waiting on me to bring you back.
Thalrock? Is that who's behind all this? Is he that sorcerer that was with Corvus?
Wouldn't you like to know? I don't have to answer to you or anyone. However, if you come with me, you can meet him real soon.
Drathis' plan was working. The spell they created as duplicate had worn both Alara and I down. We put all of our main focus on getting rid of them, and not him.
You're tired, Grimwald. Your plans have been spoiled. Anger makes you weak. Your steel and arrows are useless against someone of the damned like me. Throw down your arms, and I'll spare you any more pain.
Do you have a plan?
His chest piece. We need to find a way to drive something through it.
Okay, but how?
Follow my lead. I'll do you one better. If you can manage to knock me out, no magic, no bullshit, then you can take me and my lady with you. No swords, just you and me, right here, right now.
You can't be serious.
I'm 100% serious. So, what do you... Ah!
Classify that as an exception. And don't worry about the nose. I'm sure you can pop it back into place.
You accursed creature! I took a leap at Drathus, launching a punch at him, but being too weak. He caught it, slamming me onto the ground, punching me 2 or 3 times in the face. While he was wailing on me, I managed to motion for Alara to grab my sword. My only hope was she saw what I was doing with my hands.
What was it now? Till I knock you out? I'm going to enjoy every second of this.
Even in death, the bastard still tried to fight. But it was over. His body broke apart, vanishing into the storm. His last breath swallowed by the howling winds. I guess now you believe me about Corvus, huh? It looks like training you with a blade helped after all.
Or maybe I picked that up myself because you take too long. You're getting slower, you know.
Slower? Woman, I just took on a demon knight and lived. Maybe you need to start sparring with me more often.
If it means keeping you alive, I just might.
These cuts on my face are nothing, love. They'll heal up in no time. What of you? Are you hurt?
My arm is a little nicked, but I'll be okay.
We best be off to Garrick's before anything else happens.
Here.
Alara helped me back up to my feet, handing my blade back to me. I sheathed it, whistling for my horse. Come hither, Silver! Let's be off. Here!
My king, I have some bad news, as well as good. Which do you prefer first?
Let's do the bad first. Because why not? I don't think there's anything that can spoil my mood. The rightful king once again sits on his throne.
If you insist, my king, our rider found Grimoald and Alara.
And are they here now?
Not quite, my king.
Out with it, Thalrock.
Tristan and Alara killed our rider, and he didn't bring them back. Please, my king, just remember I'm a messenger. Don't hurt me.
Hurt you? Thalrock, you brought me back. I could never.
Ah, but my king, the good news, the real news. The royal army, my king, they're once again under your command. The moment word spread of your triumphant return, they swore their fealty once more.
Of course they did. A kingdom without a strong hand is like a lamb without a shepherd, lost and waiting for the wolves.
They await your orders, my king, and your voice. Shall we begin with a public display of your authority?
Oh, and what display do you suggest?
A speech, my king, to rally the people and, of course, root out the frauds hiding amongst us. A certain sector, if you will. There are sectors that have long been problematic, unproductive, unfit to exist under your glorious reign. Should we not cleanse them?
Cleanse them? I like that word, Thalrock. Instead of a speech, why not a trial?
A trial, my king?
Yes. We hold a trial for my entertainment and wing out the poorest, weakest leader of the sector. No more. Not on my watch. Alaric is gone. It's time they quit bleeding us dry.
Yes, my king. Parasites feeding off your land. Your wealth, your vision, they must be dealt with properly.
Then let them serve their kingdom one last time.
Oh, my king, glorious. I will deliver the orders at once.
And Thalrock, do make sure my soldiers have a spectacle to enjoy. The people love a grand display.
Are you sure you're okay to ride? Your face is pretty bruised up.
I'm fine, but we need to get back to Garrick. It's important we stay together in this time. Like I mentioned before, hopefully Corvus hasn't sent more of his goons after us.
And what about our cabin? It's going to take years to come up with the resources to fix the hole that jackass made.
Let's hope there's a cabin to go back to when all this is said and done. Stay close, okay?
Okay.
The storm showed no signs of stopping as we pushed onward toward Garrick's town. Every ache in my body screamed from the battle, but I kept riding. Getting to Garrick's was all that mattered. After what felt like an eternity, the familiar trail leading to the kingdom came into view. Dim lanterns flickering along the path. Relief washed over me. But something felt off. The air was heavier. The silence unnatural. I slowed my horse to a steady gallop, giving Alara a chance to catch up.
You okay? What's going on?
I'm fine, my love. But this path, there's something different about it. Garrick and I just rode it hours ago to get to the castle. There were more townfolk then.
You don't think Corvus killed all the townspeople?
No, not yet at least. But even with this storm, there should be vendors out moving supplies. Now, there's nothing.
You think Corvus cut off trade goods?
It's a real possibility. Stay close. We may run into trouble getting into Garrick's. With a flick of the reins, I urged my horse into a brisk trot, pressing forward while keeping control. As we approached the main gates of the kingdom, we were stopped by a barricade of wagons, blocking us from getting in. Whoa!
Easy. Shit. Corvus must have control of the military again. He's not letting anyone in or out, it seems.
Assuming this is Corvus and not his lackey, I'd say you're right.
Any ideas?
I pondered for a moment, looking at the wagons stacked on top of one another. This wasn't the military. Magic had done this. Neatly piled onto one another, perfectly aligned to keep anyone from getting in or out. Come here. Take a look at how those wagons are stacked. It would take a lot of men to do something like that. And even then, it would still be impossible. This is magic. Corvus, much like when he was in charge before, We'll only have certain hours vendors will be able to enter the kingdom.
You're right. It's still just so hard to believe all of this has happened. Magic. Corvus. Everything.
Trust me, I know. I'm having problems dissecting it too. But it is real.
I tugged on the reins of my horse, easing it to move to the left of the path, quietly. As I entered closer to the barricade, other than the storm, I heard something that made my stomach churn. A guard and a townfolk talking.
You there, what are you doing out at this hour?
Please, sir, my son is a vendor. He delivers supplies at this time every night. He doesn't know about Corvus's return. I have to warn him.
Warn him? No need. He'll figure it out when he pays the new tax. All vendors must pay before they get the shipments in or out. No payment, no business. That's fair, don't you think?
Please, sir, he didn't.
Tell me, have you said thank you yet?
What?
Maybe you're deaf, or maybe you're dumb. But I asked, have you said thank you? King Corvus is letting you live under his rule. You should be grateful.
Thank you?
Pathetic. Maybe next time you should say it before you start complaining.
No, please, sir.
I turned to Alara. She already had an arrow knocked, her bow lifted. I reached out, grabbing her wrist, shaking my head.
Don't. There's nothing we can do for her right now.
We can't just sit here, Tristan. He's going to kill her.
I know. But if you shoot through the gap in the wagons, you'll hit him. But you'll also alert every goddamn guard in earshot. Then what? Plus, we don't even know if we can cross that barrier or not. With the wagons being held up with magic.
What are we to do then?
My hand tightened on the hilt of my sword, seeing the shadows through the hole of the wagon as the guard moved closer to her. We needed to act fast. I noticed a ladder sitting on the side of the castle.
There! A maintenance ladder! Get closer! Take the shot. Give me distraction and I'll take this bastard out.
Okay.
I jumped off my horse, racing to the ladder, careful not to slide in the mud from the storm. My heart raced with every wet footstep. Within a few moments, I climbed the ladder, making my way on top of the castle.
It'd be grateful. You know Corvus didn't have to let filth like you keep your home.
Please, my son.
I'll tell your son you died thanking the king. Now be a good subject and... What the hell?
Oh yeah. Thanks.
By the time I pulled my blade out of the guard's armor, it was too late. He had already stabbed her. I sheathed my blade, kneeling by her side.
Shit, we didn't make it. She's losing a lot of blood. I got some things in my bag, but it won't be guaranteed. It will only delay the inevitable.
It's not our call. She should go surrounded by loved ones. Wrap the wound. I'll carry her back to her home. Hey! Stay awake, okay? My name is...
A memory clawed its way back. Corvus's severed head, my blade stained with his blood. The moment I was cast out, branded a traitor. The scribes twisted my name, turning me into a legend and a curse. The king's betrayer, the kingslayer, the exile. I needed a false name to give her.
Triss, and this is my friend Lara. She's going to wrap you up. While she's doing that, I need you to tell me where about your house is in the kingdom, okay?
Alara started working on wrapping a bandage tightly around her stomach area where she was stabbed.
Triss, where did you two come from?
Never mind that. Which way do you live? Lara here is going to get you bandaged so you can see your loved ones. One last time. Your injury is pretty dire.
I live just down the market road. Past the tanner's shop. There's a stone bridge. Cross it and my home is the second one on the left. The door is red. My husband. My son.
Hold on. We're getting you there.
I need to stop the bleeding first. Then we'll move.
No, there's no time for that, Laura. Get the bandage on tight. She's already starting to fade. We'll move once you finish.
As Alara worked, my eyes landed on a hay cart nearby. I gently let go of the woman. Grabbing the guard, I took out and tossed him into the hay. Not the best hiding spot, but for now, it will have to do.
Triss, it's done. Let's move.
I made my way back over to the woman, lifting her up gently and tossing her over my shoulder. Alara walked ahead of me with her bow out to make sure there were no guards present. Being as discreet as we could, we moved through the town, following the woman's directions to her house. We made our way down the path and to her house. It had the door still standing open. A dark silhouette stood at the door, greeting us.
Mirror!
Sir, I'm sorry. Laura tried to stop the bleeding, but the guard's sword punctured vital organs. She faded long before we could get here. Again, I'm sorry.
Damn it, woman! I told you not to go out past curfew. God! Sword! You really expected me to think a god would do this? Only person I see with weapons here are you two.
What? No, I was the one that wrapped her wound.
Just what I'd suspect someone that would stab her to say. Gods! Come quick!
Shit!
Let's go!
Alara put a bow behind her back, and I grabbed her hand as we took off running down the path we came. Thankfully, we didn't run into any guards yet, but the nearby neighbors had started coming out to block our path.
You there, halt! You must not be from here.
More and more town people started to crowd us in a circle, and that's when I heard the weird murmurs from some of them.
Pray to Corvus.
Corvus is great. Corvus is needed. He keeps our homes warm, our bellies well fed.
Our bellies well fed.
Corvus is great. Corvus is needed. He keeps our homes warm, our bellies well fed.
Our bellies well fed.
Back off! What has gotten into you people?
Stop! Don't touch me!
Oi! Back the fuck up! They're with me!
The crowd of people started to break in the middle, and I couldn't have been happier to see my old friend, Garrick.
That's right. Back up! Back the fuck up! If anyone touches them, they will answer to me! Come on, you two!
Garrick led us out of the group of people and straight to his home, where his forge was.
You two look like shit.
Well, thanks, Garrick. We're happy to see you too.
What is wrong with those people? They nearly tore us apart.
It's the storm.
I'm sorry. What?
Yep.
Oh, great. More of his ale.
I'm more of a mead gal. But thanks, Garrick.
You two might change your mind when I tell you everything that I'm about to.
Sounds like you've been through hell too, after I went back to get Alara.
Honestly, if I wasn't alive to tell you, I wouldn't believe it myself. Now, I know you two said that you didn't want any. But again, you may want to change your mind.
No, thank you, Garrick. Seriously. I will take some to clean this, though.
Alara held up her arm, showing where the arrow tore through her cloth wardrobe.
You all right? I thought Tristan here was supposed to keep you safe.
He's doing just fine. And I'll have you know a demon did this.
Normally, I'd laugh, but with everything that is going on, I'm prone to believe you. Plus, judging from my friend's face over there, I'd say you're telling the truth. There's some harder stuff in the cellar I use for wounds. Let me grab it. You two can get cleaned up while I fill you in on what all I've been through.
I will say, it feels like it's been ages since I've been in here. Really happy whatever is going on that Garrick wasn't a part of it.
Same. Garrick returned with a large clear bottle of tonic with a harsh medicinal scent and some scrolls, laying them down on the table.
All right. Who wants to go first in telling me what the hell you two have been through? Tell me yours, and I'll tell you mine. Have you two eaten yet? I could whip something up while we talk.
Actually, that sounds wonderful, Garrick. Thank you.
So, after I left to get Alara, one of Corvus's goons found me.
Goons?
It was a rider. He said he was a messenger. That Corvus had sentenced us to public execution.
Not as long as I'm alive.
So we tried to escape, but this escalated into a huge fight. That's how I got cuts on my face, and how Alara got her wound on her arm. Alara delivered the final blow to whatever that thing was. We finally made our way here, tried to save a townsfolk lady from a corrupt guard. And here we are.
I have to say, whatever that is you're cooking over there, Garrick, it smells amazing.
Good, because it's done.
My stomach growled as the scent of fire-roasted chicken filled the air. Its skin crisp and glistening with fat, juices seeping into the root vegetables beneath it. Garrick wasn't just the best blacksmith in the kingdom. He was a damn good cook. Back in the better days, we'd challenge each other over who could craft the better meal. Our rivalry was as fierce in the kitchen as it was in the training yard. Now, as we sat around a dimly lit table, bruised and battle-worn, the warmth of a well-cooked meal was a brief reminder of the life we once had. Before Corvus twisted it all to ruin. Before I could even dig into my dish, Alara was already tearing away at hers. You sure this isn't just an excuse for you to drink more ale?
I don't need an excuse. The ale is on the table, Tristan, and the world is ending. Normally, I'd say we drink, spar, then fuck, because there's no other way to go out. But as much as I like you two, I don't want to see you doing the dirty in my place. However, you two are welcome to stay here until we figure out a plan.
Well, just for that we have to now. I'm kidding. We wouldn't do that.
The offer still stands on the drinks, you two. I'm about to tell you some dark shit. It might help to at least have a couple of swigs to make sure you're still alive.
All right, fine. Pour me a glass of your bitter-ass ale.
What about you, my lady?
What the hell? Why not? Like you said, the world might be ending.
All right, Garrick. Tell us what these scrolls are.
Hang on a second.
Oh, you're nasty, Garrick. Didn't your mother ever teach you not to talk with your mouth full?
Hoy! You're lucky you're a good friend. Otherwise, I'd put your asses back out in the streets for the Corvus cult to get you.
Garrick!
I kid. But all right. Hang on.
With a few more bites of his dinner and another swig of his ale, Garrick unrolled one of the scrolls he had laid on the table.
What is this?
This is history. I guess you would call it. But it describes everything that is going on. My family has passed these scrolls from generation to generation. Just so happens I stashed them away in the cellar and thought of them as fiction.
Fiction? Let me see that. I reached over to grab the scroll, but Garrick grabbed my hand.
Sorry, Tristan. Nothing against you, but I'd prefer you not touch these. Not with this being in my family for so long. Please, let me explain.
Sorry about that. Go ahead. Garrick pointed to an area of the scroll down in the left-hand corner where an old-time picture was drawn. The scroll was filled with symbols I didn't recognize, lined with its borders, twisting and curling like vines around the text. Some of the words were written in a language long forgotten, their meanings lost to all but those who had kept the scrolls alive. But what I did recognize was a name. Corvus. Beneath it, a crude depiction. Figures kneeling before a towering shape. Its arms outstretched, black tendrils spilling from its hand like ink bleeding into water. At his feet, bodies lay crumpled, their souls depicted as wisps of smoke being devoured into the figure's chest. My stomach churned.
Is that who I think it is?
Garrick. This is Corvus?
It is, and it isn't. This was Corvus's great ancestor. Probably Corvus the Great, or some bullshit. I'm not really sure about that detail, but what I do know is that the Corvus we know now is not the one in these scrolls. His bloodline goes way back to this land, before this kingdom was built. Back to when he made a pact with the Shamari.
I've heard about the Shamari before. They were here before this kingdom, much like your clan, Garrick.
Correct. Which brings me to the Corvus cultist, or townsfolk you ran into out there. This storm isn't a normal storm. It's being controlled by Corvus. The majority of the townsfolk already knew he was dead and gone. So, he's using the rain to seep into their skin, to make them even more of a loyalist, and to come to the realization that they can accept he's back. Or worse, he was never gone.
So he's using a weather manipulation spell to control the masses. Laura and I fought one of his revenants in this storm. Are we affected? Are we going to turn into one of them?
No, Tristan. I put a blessing on you when you left my forge to get Alara. Of course, it didn't protect you from death, but it did protect you from whatever Corvus and his shaman are doing to the town people. Hell, I feel that's the reason why I wasn't affected. But both of you are safe from whatever this is.
This is crazy. This is all fiction, Garrick. There's no way this can be real. Besides, what does Corvus's great ancestor have to do with this Shamari?
You can't seriously be sitting here saying you don't believe this. Tristan, look at all we've been through.
She's right, Tristan. Your lady here is a smart one. Plus, these scrolls are slowly turning into prophecy. They may hold the keys on how to stop Corvus and whatever magic he's gotten into.
To hell with the prophecy! I don't believe in written codes made by mysterious gods, or laws written by corrupt kings. But if these scrolls can tell us how to end this, then please continue. Garrick unrolled the second scroll, his fingers gliding over the faded text before landing on a larger illustration to the right. A ritual. Bodies arranged in a perfect circle, lifeless and cold. While Corvus, his ancestor, loomed over them, his arms stretched skyward, palms open as wisps of shadowy spirits spiraled toward him, drawn into his grasp like smoke into a void.
The first slaughter. A sacrifice.
First slaughter?
Corvus's ancestor had met with the Shamari, agreed to seal magic into the land. This very kingdom. For the Shamari feared that the knowledge they had of the dead, and how to raise them back from it, would freak anyone out. So Corvus's ancestor made a pact with them. No magic on this land. No problem. But it didn't happen that way. When they went to meet, Corvus's ancestor brought other men with him. This wasn't a fight. This was a slaughter. Where the group of Shamari were mostly peaceful and didn't even bother to use their magic against Corvus's ancestor's militia. Corvus's ancestor killed and slaughtered those Shamari, burying their bodies right underneath the kingdom. Now, it would appear one of them is back, and not for the greater good. They raised the Corvus we know back from the dead, and gave him a small dose of their powers. However, just like with any magic you read about, it comes with a downfall. Corvus may look the same, and may rule the same, but he has dark magic running through his veins.
Garrick pointed to the top of the scroll, where Corvus was on top what looked like a pile of bones on a throne, while he appeared to be eating something.
Corvus must feed his dark magic to maintain his powers. If he doesn't, he will lose them. I have a feeling he already knows this and has already feasted. It's hard to say how long it will be before he feasts again.
That's a lot to take in, Garrick. If these scrolls are true, then how do we know we're not just playing right into his hands? And this feast you're talking about, he's holding a human arm. Are you telling me he must consume people to maintain his power? If that's the case, then this storm, it's not just a show of force. It's a way to make the townsfolk bend to his will, to turn them into willing offerings. I looked over at my friend, the candlelight in his home flickering off his face. A silence filled the room. Garrick lowered his head, and that gave me all the answers I needed to know.
By the gods.
You not answering is telling me everything I need to know. Well then, how do we stop him? Or can we stop him?
These are the only 2 scrolls I have. I told you I was about to tell you some dark shit.
Yeah, and now I see why you're drinking. I don't care if the world is ending or not. This ale is still bitter.
You're right.
You 2 wouldn't know a good thing if it bit you on the ass.
So this sorcerer that is with Corvus and raised him, he's Shamari?
No, the Shamari were wiped out by Corvus's ancestor. Whoever, or whatever, is with Corvus is something worse. He's a shaman, no doubt about it. But I doubt he's of the Shamari race. It would make no sense for one of them to betray their own kind.
Are you sure about that? Look at what we're dealing with currently. Weird shit has happened.
She's got a point. What if they aren't Shamari, but they have blood of the Shamari running through them?
I guess it could be possible. Almost like a halfling or his ancestor bloodline.
It would make sense.
So that's all lovely to figure out. But how do we stop them, Garrick? If what you say is true, it seems all but impossible to stop them.
That's the part that scares me shitless. I don't know.
What?
I'm going to pretend like you didn't just say that. You don't have another scroll, or anything, that tells you how to stop this evil magic uprising. Please, tell me that was one of your morbid jokes, Garrick.
Wish it was. Even with your guys' expertise and my forging, I'm not entirely sure it will be enough.
Garrick, that is not what I want to hear. Not now. There has to be something we can do.
Tristan and I have been in the castle more than once. What if we sneak in again and poison his next feed? If he has to feed to maintain his powers, maybe that's a way we can stop him.
No, I won't let you risk your lives doing that. Plus, you're talking about possibly killing someone that is innocent by poisoning them.
She is, but if they're willing offerings, are they really innocent?
Keep in mind, this is just a spell. These people are still conscious. They know deep down what they're doing is wrong. But they also know if they don't obey their bodies, something worse could happen.
You're going to have to give us some leeway here, Garrick. We can't just go in blind.
Damn it, Tristan, I can't think of anything! I've tried.
Well, I'm sure all the drinking is helping.
Okay, everyone take a deep breath. Let's look at the scroll some more. Maybe we can figure something out.
Tristan, Hilara, there is nothing else. I've told you everything. I know. Excuse me. I'm tired. The ale is kicking in. I've had enough for one night. Let me sleep on it, and we'll regroup tomorrow, okay?
All right, fine. But I'm not sure I'm going to get much rest. At least we're all together now.
Agreed. There's a guest bedroom downstairs with some extra blankets. The fire should still be going. I will see you all in the morning. Good night.
Garrick left the meeting area, his footsteps heavy as he made his way upstairs. Hilara and I took a candle and headed to the guest room without hesitation. As soon as we stepped inside, I dropped onto the straw-stuffed mattress with a weary sigh. The craftsmanship was unmistakable. Garrick had made this bed himself. A moment later, Alara settled beside me, slipping under my arm with a quiet nudge.
What's your take on all this? Do you think those scrolls are legit?
Honestly, I'm not sure. A lot of things don't add up. But we fought something out there in the woods.
Yeah. Something that wasn't human.
Exactly. I knew the moment I saw Corvus in the castle, and that he was back, it was going to be hell.
This is all like one giant nightmare that I can't wake up from.
I feel the same way.
Tristan, are we going to be okay?
We've been through so much. But I think once we get to the bottom of it, things will be okay.
I need you to do something for me.
What's that?
I need you to promise me something.
I might be able to do that.
Promise me. No matter what happens, you'll always come back to me.
I highly doubt you'll want me back if I'm in little pieces. Or perhaps in a box.
I'm not joking. In pieces, in a box, missing limbs, wounded, hell, even dead or alive. As morbid as it sounds, even if you're in a box, at least I can mourn you. But you aren't going to be. No matter what happens, always come back to me. Okay?
Alara lifted her hand, her pinky extended toward me. Without hesitation, I curled mine around hers. I promise. A small smile flickered across Alara's lips as she nestled against me. Her warmth, a welcome comfort in the storm of uncertainty. I shut my eyes, exhaustion taking hold. But sleep did not bring rest. I was no longer in Garrick's home. Instead, I stood high above the kingdom, looking down upon a land ravaged by death. The very ground had split apart, jagged and gaping, a deep chasm radiating an eerie green glow. From its depths, something pulsed, ancient, hungry. Corvus's castle loomed ahead, its walls lined with impaled bodies, their lifeless faces frozen in agony. Some were freshly slain. Others were little more than bone. It was a kingdom of the dead. Yet even in this horror, the streets were full. People still moved, still worked, still lived. Their eyes empty, their mouths muttering words I couldn't understand. Before I could move, the world shifted. I was inside a cave now. The air was thick, suffocating. A cold light flickered ahead, illuminating the space. There, embedded in the stone, 2 swords. Their hilts were intricately carved, the steel pulsing faintly, as if alive. A whisper slithered through the dark.
He returns. He never left. The blood calls to him, cannot stop what is already written. Beneath the throne, beneath the bones, the hunger never dies.
Who's there? My hand reached for the blades, but before I could grasp them, the world fractured again. I was soaring over the kingdom, watching a war unfold below. On one side, men, elves, warriors of all kinds, united, desperate. On the other hand, a tide of the unnatural. Revenants, much like the one Alara and I had faced, moved in perfect formation, marching beside skeletal warriors clad in tattered armor. Battle raged, steel meeting steel, screams swallowed by the roar of the storm. And then, darkness. I was back in the throne room. Corvus sat upon a mountain of bones, his expression unreadable, his golden eyes gleaming unnaturally. He leaned forward, his lips curling into a grin.
Grimwald, you look unwell. Tired from your fall. It's been years. You've changed.
I looked down. The swords were in my hands. They were heavier than before, their steel darkened, their edges gleaming in the dim light. They pulsed, as if breathing. My grip tightened. I could feel something coursing through them, through me. My heart pounded. I'd seen this moment before, yet it felt wrong, as if I wasn't supposed to be here, as if this wasn't my fight.
It's over, Corvus! Your reign ends tonight!
Oh, is it though? Look at yourself, Grimwald. Look at what you hold. Do you even know what they are? Do you even know what you are?
I am nothing like you.
Aren't you? Wake up, Grimwald. Go back to her.
No!
It's okay. It was just a nightmare.
I looked up, seeing Alara standing over me, Garrick at the end of the bed.
Was it, though?
Damn, Tristan. You good? You were screaming in your sleep. I came down to get you guys. Breakfast is ready.
Give me 5 minutes and we'll be up.
Okay. Don't be long. I've got freshly made coffee. Last bit before Corvus cut off trade, too. Figure you guys could use it.
Noticing I was still shaken up, Lara sat beside me, embracing me, trying to calm my nerves a bit.
Hey, you're literally shaking. What's going on?
I think I saw more into the scrolls, but I'm not real sure. I was someone else. I saw war and a lot of death.
I don't know what you saw, but you're here now with me. Just like you promised me last night. You came back to me. That's all that matters.
I'm a keeper of my word.
That's right. And although we can't change what's going on, at least we have each other.
Hearing her soothing voice whisper into my ear soothed me. It calmed me down. She really was my better half. She pulled away from me, looking me in my bright blue eyes, as I looked at her green eyes. Thank you. I love you, Alara.
I love you too. Now, let's get some breakfast and figure out a way to stop this evil bastard.
Sounds good.
Just in time. The coffee is in the mugs.
Whatever you're making smells amazing, Garrick. And thank you for all of this. Just please tell me the coffee doesn't have your ale in it.
No, Tristan. I'm about out of ale anyway. All this keeps going the way it's going, I may give up drinking.
What? Garrick the blacksmith giving up the ways of the bottle? Say it isn't so.
Scrambled eggs, pork sausage, and dough cakes. My favorite. Now, eat!
Don't suppose you thought of a way to stop all this last night?
No. But no discussion of that until after we're done eating, okay?
We ate our breakfast that Garrick had made for us. I happened to notice that the storm outside didn't pass with my night's sleep, if you want to call it that. My mind couldn't help but wonder if this was going to be the last breakfast we all were going to have together. Last night, I had told Alara we'd figure it out. This morning, things still seemed really grim. I finished the last bit of the food I had, keeping the coffee. Alara and Garrick did the same. Once Garrick was done, he politely took our plates that had the food.
All right, so I ask again. Have you found a way to stop this madman? What if we take out his magician that's with him? Do you guys think that would work?
I highly doubt that will work. Corvus came back with dark magic. It flows through his veins. The only way to stop this will be to take him out.
What if we do it from a distance? Wait for one of his big king political speeches and put an arrow straight through his head. Do you guys think that would work?
Risky. But keep in mind that Revenant we faced earlier dodged your arrow like it was nothing. He even sent it back your way. I can't risk putting you in harm's way.
I can't help but think there's a missing piece to this puzzle, somewhere. Something we haven't figured out yet.
Garrick, those relatives of yours, the ones that gave you those scrolls, are they still alive?
It's been so long. I've lost contact with them. I'd have to send a raven, and even then, it would be too late. What's on your mind, Tristan?
That maybe one of your relatives has a lost scroll or something that would give us answers. But it would appear it's too late.
Sorry about that.
Hey, don't be. It's fine. We're just trying to figure out a way to stop this madness before it gets worse.
Thanks, guys.
The hell is going on?
Is the storm escalating?
No, this isn't part of the storm. The world itself is splitting apart. We need to get away from here. Quick, to the stable!
We darted out the door into the stables. The ground underneath us continued to shake, but we all mounted our horses, leaving as fast as we could.
Guys, the ground!
Ride to Ravencrest Heights! Try to get some height and distance from whatever this is!
All of us raced to the designated location Garrett called out to. A mile or two into the ride, I heard a loud cracking. I looked ahead, noticing the ground was tearing apart too. Alara, who was in front of me, halted her horse. Garrick directed his to jump over the crack.
Shite! Garrick! Alara, are you okay?
Take the long way around, and I'll meet you there! Hey-ya!
We snapped the reins, urging our horses forward, weaving through the fractured land as best as we could. I kept close behind Alara, ensuring she stayed ahead and safe. But in doing so, I must have let my guard slip. My horse's hoof struck an unstable patch of earth, the ground giving way beneath it. Before I could react, I was thrown violently from the saddle.
Oh!
Tristan, hang on! I'm coming!
The ground beneath me gave way, and I reached out, grabbing at anything I could. But I was slipping. Alara rushed toward me, no mount in sight. She seized my hand, straining to pull me up as I clawed at the earth, desperate to help her.
No, you're not falling!
Alara!
I pushed with everything I had left, muscles burning, heart pounding. Then the ground under Alara shifted. Her ledge started sinking. And just like that, we were both going down.
No! No!
No, Tristan! Keep trying to pull! Garrick, help! Someone help!
Her last bit of pleads was the last thing I heard before our grip broke.
No!
I plummeted, the world above swallowed by darkness, the wind howling in my ears like a vengeful spirit. There was no end in sight, just an abyss stretching endlessly below me. Time had lost meaning. Was I falling for seconds, minutes, an eternity? The weightlessness was suffocating, the rush of air tearing at my clothes, drowning out every thought, until... Ah!
Corvus sits on his throne, worn out and tired.
My king, are you well?
Do I look well, Thalrock?
Bring the king some medical attention at once.
Your Majesty.
I thought I told you vermin to get the king some medical attention.
That is where they went, Your Majesty.
How the hell would I know when all of you look the same sometimes? Make it quick.
The kingdom is in chaos. The storm has driven many to madness. The ones who are alive.
Help me up, Thalrock. And the Kingslayer, his whore and the traitor Garrick.
Your Majesty, we haven't scouted that much yet. But there's been no reports of the three of them.
None at all, huh? Then it would appear my spell was a success.
Oh, my king. Yes, my king. And what are you to do now?
Send your men out to scout the kingdom. I want to know if any of those three made it out alive. If they did, bring them to me.
Right away, my king.
Once I've cleansed this kingdom of the filth within, then we start with the trial of seeing which sector to cut.
Yes, my king. However, it would appear you are still struggling with your new powers. As the one who brought you back, let me be your guide and show you how to harness your strength and how to use your magic.
Yes, Thalrock. That's a great idea. But this new power that courses through me demands fuel. Tomorrow can't get here soon enough for the trial.
A king must feast to harness his full potential. No sense in you going 24 hours, Your Majesty.
What's this, Thalrock? A special treat?
Oh, yes, Your Majesty.
Oh, my Thalrock. You shouldn't have. A freshly decapitated head. And tell me, who is this one?
A beggar. A rat who thought he could get away with stealing bread. Your loyal guards down on the grounds caught him before your rumble spell. It would appear his wife had just passed away too. One of our own took care of her. Caused quite a ruckus on the mainlands. He met his demise shortly after.
My, Thalrock. You do know how to keep a king happy and healthy. especially when they have been raised from the dead.
Feast, your majesty.
And tell me, you little rat, was it worth it? I do believe it was.
Darkness. Cold. The sharp taste of blood on my tongue. For a fleeting moment, I thought I was dead. Then the pain came slow, creeping, and merciless. A cruel reminder that I wasn't that fortunate. I lay sprawled on the unforgiving ground, dirt pressing into my skin. The weight of my own body heavy with exhaustion. I tried to move my legs. Nothing. Just pain. So I lay there, staring upward through the jagged tower above, where an eerie green glow seeped through, casting twisted shadows across the ruins around me. Trying to process all that has happened, I shut my eyes, letting the cool wind flow through me. The cool breeze was nice.
Tristan! You lazy bastard! At least open your eyes!
Moaning in disagreement, I did. Up in the glowing radiant green sky, I saw a see-through Garrick looking down on me. In spirit fashion, I raised my hand up, squinting my eyes, trying to get a better image.
There we go. Get your ass up! The Tristan I know doesn't give up this easily.
Garrick! I'm not doing so well. Took quite a bit of a fall. Pretty sure I have some internal bleeding going on. Possibly a broken back, so I can't exactly get up.
The King Betrayer would never say such a thing. He would find a way. Roll over and look at your surroundings.
Damn you, Garrick. I should be dead. I'm lying here suffering. And yet you still have the nerve to haunt me.
Damn it, Tristan! Roll!
There! Are you happy? I told you I can't exactly move too fucking well at the moment.
Raise your head, Tristan, and look ahead.
Even just lifting my head sent pain shooting down my legs, but I forced myself through it. That's when I saw it. Maybe a few miles off, tucked into the side of the mountain, an old broken down structure, half swallowed by time and ruin. The mission was clear. The ghost of Garrick, whatever the hell he was, wanted me to crawl to it. I lowered my head back down into the dirt, not wanting to move. Sorrow, depression overcame me. I started to cry, thinking that I would never see Garrick again. My mind started to wander and went to Alara. Did she somehow make it out alive? There's no possible way. Both of us were separated by whatever that was.
I think I'd much rather lay here and die.
You took an arrow to the leg, led a rebellion against Corvus the first time, and beheaded him the second time. And you're going to let some broken bones stop you? Crawl, Tristan!
No, I don't want to. Look at what all that has got in me. You're just a bloody figment of my imagination. You aren't even the real Garrick. You're more than likely dead. As well as Alara. Corvus is back and all hell has broken loose. Just let me die.
How do you know I'm just a figment of your imagination? I might be Garrick's ghost. Maybe I died in that too.
No.
Fallen Kingslayer can't even pick himself up from his little boo-boos. Get up!
No! I said let me die!
You're pathetic. I'll be sure to take real good care of your lady for you. I'm sure Corvus already is, or did, when she served him anyways as his healer.
What did you say?
You heard me.
Whether it was Garrick's ghost or just his infuriating voice in my head, it pushed me past my limit. I lifted my head, then slammed it back down with a groan, my fist driving into the dirt in frustration. The impact sent a jolt through my body, just enough to shift something inside me. Pain flared, but so did a spark of motion. Small, but enough to move my body a bit. After the pain subdued, I noticed I had moved from my original location. I stopped for a moment to blink and let realization come over me.
You sneaky bastard.
I waited for a response in Garrick's voice, but it didn't come. Even more proof that he was just in my head. I managed a few more feet, dragging myself with every ounce of strength left in me before the pain overwhelmed me yet again.
Why bother?
I collapsed on the ground once more, letting the pain and sorrow seep back in, using a little more force, even if it pained me. I rolled over on my back, staring up once again at the sky. How long had this place been here? Lurking under the grounds of the kingdom. How long have I been here? Why am I even alive? I'm of no good to anyone with a broken back, and I'm sure I have some internal bleeding like I mentioned earlier. Maybe some cracked ribs. I've not felt pain like this before. I raised my hand up to the sky, examining it in the pulsing light above. My hands. I used to harvest art with them. One would argue that collecting swords wasn't art, but to me it was. I didn't just train with them, I collected them too. All of them but the one I took with me were gone now, left back at our cabin. If there even was a cabin left to go back to. If I was even alive to go back to it. Maybe this was the hell the Christians always talked about. A vast empty land of nothingness forever. Though the weather here isn't all what they described it to be. I lowered my hand back down, turning my head to the side. Nothing but a cool breeze and vast desert to greet me. No sense in crying out for help. No, this was the fate I chose in the other life. Fighting, killing, being a soldier all for some powerful monarchy that just in turn exiled me. Now, here I lay. Tears once again filled my eyes. That's when I heard her voice. It came through the breeze and the wind.
Tristan?
No, you are not here. It's like Garrick. Leave me alone. I belong here. All the pain and suffering I've caused and have seen with my own eyes. Let me die.
Look up.
I turned my head to the sky once again, this time seeing a ghostly figure of Alara suspended in the air. She extended her hand down toward mine. Even if it wasn't real,
I longed to feel her touch once more. I reached out for her hand to grasp it, and as I did, it vanished.
Come back to me, Tristan. You promised.
That I did, but that was another time, with the real Alara. This one, the fake one, the one that haunted me in this life. I couldn't help but lay on the ground and sob. So much pain from moving. I don't think I can, Alara. Not this time. My own voice was plunged back into my head. I'm a man of my word. It occurred to me that I was dying. Hearing all these different voices in my head, even my own, or they were warning me I was about to die. I rolled back over on my stomach and continued to crawl. If I wasn't dead yet, this would only make me stronger. And I had to hold out hope that Alara, some way, somehow, did make it. My only hope was that there had to be someone in that building ahead. Trying to push the pain from my mind, I continued to crawl. Not just for me, but for Alara and for Garrick, if they were still alive. The building was coming more into view now. When I did finally get close enough, I called out. Please! If there's someone in there, anyone, I need help! I've been badly injured! My voice echoed back from inside the building to answer me. No response. Just silence and wind. Whatever luck I had left up in that cursed kingdom was long gone. This place, broken, forgotten, swallowed by time. Much like myself. How long had it been like this? Who the hell knows? If the gods were ever real, they sure as shit don't watch this place. Or over me. Not anymore.
Lord Voreth, something fell from the sky over in that direction.
Show me.
It would have been quicker if we would have flown, my lord.
Yes, it would have. But you know what happens if the Nocturne finds us? Death is what happens. And you know what happens if they kill one of our kind?
War, my lord.
Yes, not just any war, but war on our very race. Genocidal war. Now show me where you saw this object fall. It could be one of the Nocturne.
Over there, my lord.
The bushes, eh? A perfect place for the Nocturne to hide.
Hold on, my lord. Would you much rather have me check it out? Mrs. Cardan wouldn't be too happy if her husband didn't come back.
What do you take me for? A weak fool? There's a reason to why I'm a general of this army.
No, but I do. I lunged forward out of the bushes.
My lord!
Grabbing the massive figure from behind, my dagger pressed tight against the thick skin of his throat. He towered over my small frame, easily 7 feet, with a body sculpted in hardened, red-tinted flesh, like something pulled from the darkest legends I'd only ever read in ancient scrolls. Heat radiated off of him like a forge. Every muscle beneath his skin felt like coiled steel. His chest plate pulsed with glowing crimson symbols. Runic markings I couldn't read, but just looking at them made my skin crawl. This wasn't just a man. This was something ancient. Something dangerous. And I wasn't sure my blade could even break its skin. I shifted my weight, eyes flicking ahead. Another figure stood several paces away, similar in appearance, but shorter, with shoulder-length dark hair and matching armor. Both had wings folded against their backs, leathery in scale, and horns jutting just above where their ears would be, curling back. Like a predator's crown, I reached down, slowly unsheathing my second dagger from my hip, doing my best to keep my grip locked tight around the first one's throat. If either of them made a move, I'd have to strike first. Don't move, or I will slice his throat ear to ear.
Are you all right, my lord?
Something funny?
Yes, quite.
Not amused, I pressed the dagger farther into his neck, hoping that I could pinch out some blood to show him I meant business. But it was as I feared. The blade didn't penetrate his skin. Maintaining my composure, I tried to stay calm and in control.
Shall I take care of this one, my lord?
No, I'm having fun. This isn't one of the Nocturne like we feared. However, what are you?
The thing opened up its giant wings, sending me flying through the air. I expected a hard ground landing, but I was caught by the other one, which was a good distance away. Shit!
I caught her, my lord.
The bigger thing sheathed his 2 giant battle axes behind his back and walked over to me and the other beast that held me. Did I die? Was this the afterlife the prophets always talked about? And if so, were these things gods that punished bad souls? I didn't fight as the other creature held me. Maybe I should have. But my body was already too sore from the fall before. How far did I fall? Where did I fall to? I couldn't be dead. The pain and throbbing in my head reminded me that I was very much alive. With each step the bigger monster took, it made all this feel so unreal. Like I was sinking into a bad dream I couldn't wake up from. When the imposing figure finally did reach me, he bent, meeting my gaze, making sure I got a good look at him. This was it. He was going to eat me, or kill me. Then maybe I'd wake up from this horrible nightmare I was having.
You aren't of this realm. No, you even smell different. Let alone your skin tone isn't corrupted.
I wasn't sure what he meant by corrupted, but it felt insulting to me talking about my skin tone. I'd spent hours taking care of my face and making sure my skin looked good. Hey, I don't know what you mean by corrupted, but no. I take care of my skin, thank you very much. Let me go!
Yet you walk underneath the sky of the Forgotten? What are you?
What do you think, my lord? Do you think we should make it quick? Or send her away to the Nocturne realm?
Nocturne realm? Let me go!
I don't think so, Dravok. I've not seen her kind around here before. But yet, I can't help but think I know of her kind. Tell me, if you truly fell from the sky like Dravok said you did, you must have some kind of power. Are you of the Swamp Witch race?
What? No, you're rude. Do I look like a swamp witch? Listen, I don't know who or what you things are, but I've had enough. Using all of my force, I managed to kick the one holding me in the face, causing him to drop me. The bigger creature lunged at me, causing me to slide underneath him to grab my daggers. I threw one of my daggers at him and he swatted it away like it was nothing. Gathering enough energy for my bruised body, I ran at the creature. The imposing thing did the same, taking a swipe at me. I jumped onto his shoulders using the same maneuver I used on Tristan when we sparred. Using all of my body weight, I flipped off of him, hoping to shove him to the ground, but he still stood. I plunged a dagger behind me, hoping to pierce one of his wings, but he expanded them yet again. The force from them shoved me to the ground.
Enough!
He stomped one of his hoofed feet down beside me, right beside my head, standing over top of me. My eyes widened in shock, looking over at his giant foot that could have easily crushed me. But he decided not to.
Have you finished your tantrum? I'm trying to speak with you. Keep it up, and my next stomp won't miss. So I'll ask just once more. Are you done?
It took me a minute to realize he was talking to me. But once I shook off the fear, I responded. I'm done.
Good. Now I'm going to step away from you, and I want you to slowly get up, okay?
Even on the hard, dirty ground, my body was starting to feel relaxed. I wasn't entirely sure I could get up. Okay.
All right then.
Are you all right, my lord?
I'm fine. There's nothing this one could have done to harm me, and that goes for you too.
How are you so sure, my lord?
Look at her. She's not even getting up, let alone her frame is smaller than ours. She's not from here, like I mentioned. Wait, why the hell is she not getting up? Hey, are you alright over there? You said you were going to get up when I moved.
My body. I couldn't move. It was almost like I was under some sort of spell, or something. My eyes were opened, and I was coherent, but I couldn't respond. I was completely paralyzed. My mind went back to the fall I had earlier. I remember the moment I crashed through that pulsing light in the sky. Something hit me. It cushioned my fall. But it did something else too. My limbs. My breathing. Everything slowed. Maybe I'd broken something and had internal bleeding. Or maybe this realm didn't want me to move. The imposing figure ran back over to me. This time I didn't have an ounce of fear in me. His demeanor changed from imposing to concerned.
Hey, little one, are you okay?
What's going on?
I'm not sure. She's breathing and her eyes are open, but she's not responding. Javak, fetch my mount.
Yes, my lord.
Hey, little one, I don't know who you are or where you came from, but we're going to get you help, okay? I know someone that will be able to help you.
The bigger creature picked me up with one hand, tossing me over the back of his mount. I heard a sudden metal clamping sound. My vision started to blur, and I started to fade in and out.
Javak, chains? I didn't order you to chain her wrists.
You saw what she tried to do, my lord. Not once, but twice.
We'll deal with this later. Let's ride. When we get back to camp, you remove her chains at once. You hear, Javak?
And let her try to kill us again? I think not. We'll go by what the healer says.
We'll go by what I say. Keep in mind who's in charge here.
The world beneath me. The rhythmic pounding of hooves vibrated in my chest. My head bounced with each stride, my vision blurring in and out. Dirt. Then sky. Then nothing. My limbs hung limp. Useless. The pain dull now. What was happening to me? The creatures. They spoke, but I couldn't make out what they were saying. One of them barked something, and the other one answered. Arguing again, I think. Over me. Chains? Maybe I couldn't tell. I didn't care. My mind spiraled again. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. My mind went to Tristan. Did he fall too? Oh gods, I hope not. I don't remember too much. Everything faded again.
Everyone, Javak and I have found something.
More like found someone.
Yes, that's right, my dear. But she is not of this realm. We need Dreksha. Is she available?
She is. But I say put that thing back where you found it. It could kill the entire camp. Do you know what that thing is?
At the moment, I just see someone in need of help. So please, grab Dreksha.
I'll grab her. But afterwards, we need to talk.
What? So she's allowed to fly?
She stays low around the camp, and it's kind of an emergency. Quit acting like a spoiled brat and get these chains off this poor thing's wrists.
I know you're the general, but I really think we should wait for Dreksha.
What about me now?
Thank the ancient gods you're here. This one decided to spar with me. Then she couldn't move. And no, before you ask, I didn't crush her or hit her. She just stopped moving. She was conscious before getting here, but as you can see, now she's not.
Chains on or off?
On, of course. Bring her to the medical tent. Sit her down on the table. Please give us some space.
That works great. I'd like to have a word with my husband anyways.
I slipped back into consciousness. My vision was blurred, my head thumping with a dull ache. I couldn't remember much, only fragments. A hazy silhouette hovered at my side, no taller than 5'1". As the image sharpened, I saw her clearly. A hooded figure cloaked in black robes etched with glowing runic symbols. They pulsed softly, like breath. I had seen them before, but I couldn't remember where. My head, her skin was a muted crimson, not as sharp or harsh as the others I'd seen, but no less foreign. One aged, clawed hand moved gently from my forehead, down my neck, and finally rested on my chest, just over my heart. I looked at her face, rough, scaled, but calm, familiar in a strange, unsettling way. She reminded me of my grandmother, not in form, but in presence. Gentle, patient, the kind of soul who had sat beside the dying more times than she could count. For a moment, I let myself relax. My breathing steadied. Then, without warning, she slipped a claw beneath the neckline of my top cloth and pulled it open, revealing the wrap I wore across my chest, exposing far more than I was comfortable with. I couldn't move, couldn't scream, but inside I burned with embarrassment and anger. I narrowed my eyes at her, trying to glare, trying to say, "Hey, that wasn't very nice. I feel a little violated here." But nothing came. My body was still locked in place. She leaned down, placing her ear close to my chest, listening. And then, it made sense. She wasn't trying to humiliate me. She was just checking my breathing, my heartbeat. Still, that was one of my favorite top cloths she just sliced open. I chose not to dwell on it, letting her work.
It would appear you have the barrier sickness, child. It's all right. You'll live. You're just kind of stuck for now. Luckily, I'm one of the few healers that can help you with that in this realm. There'll be a small sting, then warmth. Hold still and try to steady your breathing.
Barrier what? Following her instructions, I did just that.
Asha Veldrak, Torun Masha, Solarithnox, Kairumeta. By scale, by soul, by flame, return thy spark, restore thy name.
She held her palms out toward me as I was lifted from the table. A yellowish veil circled around my body, and I felt the stinging effect she talked about fill my entire body. Then came the warm feeling, along with all the memories. I saw the ground shaking, being ripped apart. Me reaching for Tristan, who also fell into the ground. All of us sitting around the table at Garrick's place. Then aloud. My body fell back on the cold wooden table. I sat up, rubbing the side of my head, realizing I had chains around my wrist. You saved my life. Thank you. In my realm, I was a healer for some time too.
I was just doing my job.
Glad to see you're alive, human little one.
That's right. How could I have forgotten? I fought with the general here. Now it would appear he knows something about me. I'm sorry about earlier. I didn't mean to attack you, but I've never seen anything like your kind before.
Don't worry about it. I got a small lecture from my wife about you and your kind. Your kind hasn't been here for eons. If you come with me, I can explain more.
I got up, off the medical table, following the general of the camp. Where are we going?
Prison.
Prison? What? Why?
Like I said, if you'd follow me, I'll explain.
First of all, if you're taking me to prison, I'm not going with you. You heal me from whatever this is, and then put me behind bars. Pull me out of your healer's tent, part naked, might I add.
You aren't part naked.
I know you aren't blind, but maybe with you being so damn tall, you can't see me down here. My chest is basically hanging out for your whole damn camp to see. Your healer sliced open my top cloth like it was parchment, and now here I am, freshly healed and half undressed.
You have an undergarment on. You aren't exposed. Now please, don't make me drag you through camp. Be a good little human and walk with me. If I have to drag you, it's going to be more of an embarrassment to you. I will gladly explain more if you come willingly.
Fine.
I'm sure you have a lot of questions, as do we. So let me start with an introduction. My name is Vorath Kardan. I am lead general of this camp. As I mentioned earlier, humans, your kind have not been here for quite some time now, so I find it odd that you just fall out of the sky and walk among us.
Vorath, what are you? If you don't mind me asking. You look like you came from a prophecy, from scrolls my grandmother used to read me back when I was a little girl. My name is Ilara. Ilara Ashwood.
So, the little human does have a name. No, that won't do. You'll still go by Little One for as long as I know you. As for your questions, I am of the Darkroom. We have been around for centuries, but I won't go into our ancestral history. That's not for me to tell you.
Vorath opened the cell door, a sound I'd hoped never to hear again. I was sick of the echo of prison doors creaking open and slamming shut. Back when I served in the castle, before Tristan first beheaded Corvus, I lost count of how many wounded I had to heal behind bars. The cell was outside, though shaded, and it only had one hay bed. On it lay a neatly folded set of clothes, and a small stack of books. What shocked me wasn't the contents, but that there was only one cell, no others in sight. Like this was meant for something, or someone special. I stepped inside.
Hands outside of the bars, please, little one.
I did as he commanded. He grabbed a hold of the chains around my wrist, and they evaporated into ash. I stretched my wrist, feeling good to get out of them.
Again, I'm sorry about that. This is just a safety protocol. We aren't the race around here you have to worry about. Just be glad we found you and not the Nocthrim.
I don't know what all of this is, but I need to get back. I have someone waiting on me. You're putting me in here, and all this shit I'm dealing with isn't helping me get back.
Get back? Get back where?
Wherever I came from.
The sky?
No, not my realm. I think... I don't know, listen. There was a man who might have fell with me. Have you seen anyone with long black hair, scar on his face, right above his left eye, a beard and blue eyes?
Are you still having the symptoms of the barrier sickness?
What? No, my man, he... I stopped for a moment, thinking how crazy all this sounded. Thinking how nuts all this was. I was talking to a 7-foot-tall humanoid figure that looked like a dragon or something. You know what? Just forget it.
There's fresh clothes, books, and dinner will be soon. The only human we found out here was you, Ilara. I'm sorry.
Sorry for what?
A woman of the Darken race entered the prison area. Her skin, the same deep crimson tone as Vorath's, shimmered faintly in the low light. Less like flesh, and more like molten stone, cool just enough to hold form. But what truly caught my attention were the golden markings etched across her face. They pulsed not with light, but with a living kind of magic, almost like veins of power floating just beneath her skin. She was beautiful, but in a way that made my chest tighten. Not soft or delicate, no. Hers was a beauty carved by flame and fury. Regal. Dangerous. Her features were sharp, symmetrical, and commanding. She stood taller than most women I knew, easily 6 feet, if not more. Even among the Darken, I could tell she was above average height, and carried herself with the poise of someone used to being obeyed. Her armor was elegant, but practical, a deep emerald green that contrasted her skin perfectly. Draped over one shoulder was what looked like a carved dragon's head, made from leather or bone. Maybe ceremonial, maybe real. Her wings folded neatly behind her back. I could already feel the weight of her presence. Whoever she wasn't just another god. She was someone important, and judging by her sharp gaze locked on me, I could tell she didn't like my race.
Alara, let me introduce you to my wife, Seraphis. Seraphis, this little one here is Alara.
Sure, the pleasure is all mine. Wish I wasn't stuck in here, though.
It appears the human hasn't read any of the books yet.
Human? Vorath just told you my name. I would prefer to be called by it, please.
I will refer to you as to whatever well I please, human. My husband here doesn't know too much about your history, and it appears as though you don't know too much about ours. That's why those books there, you're going to study, and until I feel you're ready, then we'll let you out.
What? No! Vorath, tell her what I was just telling you.
Yes, please, dear, tell me how the little human decided to lie to you. But go ahead, tell me her sweet little tales.
She told me she fell with her significant other. She was just asking if we saw him too.
As if. Even if we did, does it really think we'd not feed him to the Nocturne?
We wouldn't. Seraphis, why are you being so mean to her?
Dear, do you not remember our little conversation before you took her to this cell?
I do, but you're still being harsh. She's still recovering from the barrier sickness.
Why do you keep saying that? No, I'm not. And what is this sickness you keep going on about?
The hour sets. I'll be back with dinner soon, little one.
Just you and me now, human. And as you know and can already tell, I won't be as nice to you as my husband. I know what your kind is capable of.
Vorath said my kind has been gone for eons, yet you come in here and judge me. I need to get back to Tristan.
I know not of Tristan that you speak of.
He fell with me.
From the sky?
Yes. No. Well, it's complicated.
Much like your race, complicated. Read your books, human, and change your clothes.
She turned around to walk away. Wait. To my surprise, she paused mid-step, but never turned back to face me. Not even a sliver of respect.
What do you want from me, human?
How is it that you have such hatred for me, but your husband doesn't?
Read your books.
Then she was gone. I had so many more questions, but only got met with her telling me to read my books. I glared over at them, neatly stacked on the bed along with my clothes. So much had happened, I had forgotten my topcloth was even torn. It was rather nice of them to give me some new wares. I slipped out of my old clothes and into the new ones. The fabric was unlike anything I had worn before. Thicker, sturdier, but strangely soft against my skin. As I fastened the tunic and adjusted the armor pieces, I realized just how intricate this outfit truly was. The dark forest green leather was etched with swirling patterns that reminded me of ancient carvings, and reinforced with elegant golden inlays that shimmered faintly under the prison's low light. That's when it occurred to me. This armor they were giving me wasn't one you give prisoners. The chestplate hugged my frame without restricting me, its design almost too beautiful for something meant to defend. My arms were covered in tightly fitted sleeves, the same swirling gold etching continuing down them. And at my sides, the leather was flexible enough to allow for swift movement, if needed. My reflection in the polished surface of one of the bronze wall plates caught me off guard. The markings alone in the suit's lines glowed ever so faintly, pulsing with some kind of residual energy. If they saw me as a threat, why would they give this to me? I held the leggings up next. Just like the rest of the armor, they were laced with the same glowing gold runes, running along the outer thighs and curving in intricate patterns down to the knee. I brushed my thumb over one of them. It was warm to the touch, like it was alive. Once on, they fit like a second skin. No sagging, no stiffness. It was tailored to me. Or someone shaped like me. Either way, it didn't feel like prison garb. It felt chosen. That realization chilled me more than any chain or barred door ever could. Were they waiting for me? No, that's not possible. How could they? I sat down on the bed, grabbing the first book from the neatly stacked pile. Its title was burned into a dark iron-forged cover. The Last Accord. The lettering glimmered faintly, etched with care and purpose, as though the name itself held weight beyond time. The book was heavy in my hands. Not just in mass, but in meaning. I opened it slowly, thumbing through the first few aged pages until I found the prologue. The writing was in common, though the style was older, more poetic. For the last remaining of us, I write this for anyone that finds this, not as a warning, but something to keep records, something that wasn't corrupted by humans. Read if you want more knowledge of the ancient ones that walk the earth beside us. Great. It would appear even here in this realm we've not changed. I flipped the page. Chapter 1. Alliances with the Skies. When the accord was struck, the skies above did weep, for man and Darkerim stood shoulder to shoulder, not in conquest, but in hope. We shared knowledge, wisdom, and magic as kin, until greed and fear poisoned the heart of the Alliance. In the final hours, the realms were divided, the rift sealed, and the humans, the ones who did not raise blade nor torch against the Darkerim for looking like demons. Only a select few remained in the realm of Vilandros. The rest returned to their fractured world, leaving only bitterness behind. What followed was not peace, but a war of fire and shadow. Man versus Darkerim. The accord shattered. I paused, my eyes locked on the curling ink of the final line. My hands trembled as I lowered the book to my lap. So much bloodshed all the time. Tears welled in my eyes before I could stop them, dripping onto the ancient page. The words blurred beneath the drops, stained now with the weight of truth. My truth. Our truth.
Wow, look at you. Learning about how bad your race was when it was here.
What do you want?
Trust me, I'm not happy to see you either. But Varath said you have to eat to stay alive. So, from now on, I will be the one you talk to. Not my husband, not Draksha, but me. I brought you food.
She slid the plate toward me like she was delivering punishment. I looked down at the bowl she slid under the bars. The smell hit me first, like scorched iron mixed with wet ash. A dark, sludgy gray paste filled a stone bowl, thick with veins of something pulsing. Gods, it looked like it was still breathing.
It's called Braxtogrith, a staple in our camp. Cooked marrowweed paste boiled in the blood of a fire stag and thickened with bone powder. Protein rich. Keeps our warriors strong.
Is this moving?
Only if you wait too long. It congeals. Eat up, human, or don't. See how far you get without strength in this realm.
I don't think this will help, but I'm sorry.
For what?
For what my people did to you. I haven't gotten that far yet, but I can already tell it's not going to be good. And I'm so tired of my race being such a violent race. Seraphis stood there for a moment, blinking at me. I almost felt like I said something wrong as the silence grew between us. Okay then. I bent down, picking up the bowl.
No, wait. Don't eat that. Slide that back over here. Do you eat fish and fennel? We gave that to our soldiers in war.
Honestly, anything is better than that.
Here. It's not much, but it's all we have at the moment. Don't think too much into it.
Thank you.
Yeah. Eat up, study, and rest. I'll be back tomorrow. Any questions you have for me before I take off?
Just one. How long do I have to stay in here?
Until you can be trusted and read up on things.
Don't suppose you've went out looking for my fiancé?
No. As Varath said, you were the only one there at the time. Eat up, read up, and rest up. I will be back tomorrow. Oh, and I almost forgot. I like your new wares.
I grabbed the plate of food she left behind, digging in. With everything going on, I felt like I hadn't eaten in days. After I finished my dinner, I grabbed the book to learn more history about the realm I was in. But the mattress's comfort